Dun, dun, dun. Hello, beautiful people. It is me, Robin by Carpenter Briscoe, your favorite spiritual life coach and author of Let's Get Stoned, using stones and crystals to create a life that rocks. I'm so clever. Anyway, I'm so glad that you're here today. And it is a gloriously beautiful day, and I am really grateful to be experiencing it. It's not raining, which I have been experiencing for the last few days, and it, I have nothing against rain. I actually really love rain. It cleanses and cleans and does all the things, except multiple days of the raininess of it is just really gray, right? And so I appreciate the lights because they make me remember that, behind the clouds is the sun all the time. Anyway, so welcome to day 7 of the magic and the crystals. I am really glad to be taking this journey with you. I am enjoying it so much. And I am excited because I remember all over again why I loved this book so much, like why I loved doing this program. So it is day 7, and day 7 is Magical Way Out of Negativity. This is so good, and it's so funny because I remember what I thought it was, and then what it ended up being was so great, and I was so much happier with what was really about. A thankful person is thankful under all circumstances. Baha'u'llah. I didn't actually listen to hear how that was pronounced. I probably should have. Hopefully I didn't totally butcher it. I pronounced the way it looks. That was the quote from the book. A thankful person is thankful under all circumstances. Second quote, focusing on gratitude is the best way to shift the day's energy from dark to light. That was me. So it's so funny. I'm like, oh, look, that works perfectly because I'm all about the gratitude, man. So yeah. And this is all about what? Taking things for granted. So this is actually a bit of where I get a bit of a sore spot about. And I know that if it's something that I am witnessing in someone else, then it is me witnessing something I am doing, correct? Because there's only one of us here anyway. So if they're doing it, that means I'm doing it. And that's why I'm noticing. Because if I'm not doing it, I don't even notice that they're doing that thing because it's not something that's in my consciousness. So if I'm noticing that someone is doing something, that is because I also do that thing. And that's why it's in my consciousness, because I do it too. So this is our opportunity to own up to our own stuff. Okay. So instead of repelling negativity, like negative people, I just got to get those negative people away from me. Right. So they get the stone and they hold the stone and they go, yeah, we're repelling negative people. That is the opposite of what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is taking ownership of what you take for granted. That's a little less comfortable, isn't it? Shifting things to be more meaningful by deciding what you really want to change, and then do your gratitude practice. This is what the thing is today, right? It's about like today's activity is, instead of only focusing on kind of esoteric ideas, today we're really focusing on starting to make this real, starting to make this about you and not just, what am I grateful for? What am I blah, blah, all the good things. It also needs to be like, okay, what's your real behavior, right? Because if we're going to change, if we're going to, get that millionaire mindset, and we're going to believe that all is good and life is well and all is good, then and live in harmony and all the things, right? If we're doing that, if we're living the illimitable life that we say we want to live, then that means we have to get rid of some stuff. We have to like extract, one of my favorite things that I've ever witnessed on screen is in a Harry Potter film, because it's one of my favorite analogies for what we're trying to do when we're removing negative thoughts. So it's in Harry Potter, and I can't remember what the thing is called now. It all I remember about is the remember all because that's I always said I wish I had one of those. But the thing that it's a well of memories that Dumbledore has in his office. And when his mind is full of too many thoughts and he really wants to focus on thoughts and does not want to lose the memories, he takes his wand and he puts it to his head and he literally removes memories things he doesn't need to be thinking about right now, and puts them in the well, so the well holds the memories, right? Then if he needs to remember them, you can go to the well. So the reason I love this so much is because this is what we're looking to do with negative thoughts. And the thing is, we're not really trying to hold on to them. So I don't want we're not putting them in the well. We're putting them in the stone. See how I did there? So, when I believe this practice started at Heart and Soul Center of Light, which is where I'm getting my my spiritual practitioner's license. It is, this thing that we all dedicate ourselves to remembering that we are going to do. And it is this mantra. It's kind of a mantra. It's more of a manifesto almost. So it is, we're talking about getting negativity out of our life, correct? And if we're talking about the negativity, we're talking about our negativity. So the manifesto is no worrying, no whining, no complaining, no comparing. Because isn't that generally where our negative thoughts lie, right? It's either in comparing something that somebody else has, it's complaining about something that somebody's doing, it's whining about something you didn't have, or it's worrying about it's whining about something you didn't get, or worrying about something you don't have. So it's like always all of these, these are the things that we spend a lot of our negative energy around. Also anger, but that's a different conversation. So it is important for us to, I left my water. It is important for us to nip that stuff in the bud, right? And the only place to do that is in our minds. Like, that's where the stuff lies. It's not outside of ourselves. People are going to be people always. Things are always going to be things. Stuff is going to happen. So again, it is not about making our life so that nothing terrible ever happens and no bad things ever happen and all of that. That is not what we're about. We're about being 100% in ourselves, as ourselves at all time. Remember, the whole goal is spiritual empowerment. Spiritual empowerment is the freedom to live as your authentic self without fear, or apology. You were living, right? At all times. That's the point. So if we're going to live that and be that and do that, we got to get rid of any negativity in our minds. So today's stone, I showed it to you, but I didn't tell you what it was. This is hematite. Now, I am certain that a lot of you are familiar with hematite because it's all over the place. You can get hematite rings. They break all the time. I do like that. If you use it, this would be a good place to use a hematite ring. But this is what hematite is for. Hematite, all is well and life is good. Are we sensing a theme here? That is also some of what smoky quartz is telling you, yes? I am calm and peaceful. Hematite removes scattered energy from your energy field and repels negative thoughts from your mind. Yeah, man. This is the ultimate meditation stone. You knew I was going to say this. You knew that there was going to be some meditation stones in here because it is part of mental, spiritual, and physical health. It's all the things, meditation. So, and the whole point of yoga, if you're here and you're a yoga person, the whole point of yoga is to help your body stay physically fit and to kind of get all the wiggles, all the excess energy so that you can sit and be still for meditation. Yeah. So you can digest your food well and it doesn't sit in your in your stomach too weird, or you eliminate properly so that you have plenty of time for meditation. So the point is to get to the meditation. The point isn't the yoga. The yoga is about the breathing anyway, isn't it? We have more and more things to say, but that is going to happen on Illimitable Living Sessions on Saturday. In the meantime, repels your negative thoughts from your mind, repels negative thoughts from your mind through meditation. This is what I'm talking about, putting it in the stone. So you're sitting in meditation, you're feeling crabby about things. You're not even in meditation, right? You're sitting around doing whatever. You're thinking a thought that is not the thought you want to be thinking. Remember the practice in the thing? It was like when a negative thought pops up, right after it, you go, but I am grateful for. And it doesn't even have to be something having to do with that other thing. It's just you naming a gratitude thing, naming, like, whoosh, putting that little fire. What'd she say? The embers of what? However she put it, it was good. That little fire that you started with your negative thought, you immediately squash it with gratitude. And a hematite is a great thing to help you. That's why I was saying a hematite ring could be a great thing to use here, because you can be careful putting rings on your thumbs. You really need to be it really needs to be a conduit of energy, and if you're using it correctly. If not, it becomes a block for your energy. And as the ones with the opposable thumbs, this is a really big important energetic point. So you might want to choose a different digit for your hematite ring. And as we recall, when you are looking at energetically working with a stone, depending on your hand, you choose if you're going to wear it and you're going to wear it on your hand, it would be choose your hand that is the hand that you need the help with. So either your dominant hand because you need more help with the thoughts, repelling negative thoughts. You're like, I'm really good at this, but this will help just remind me. I'll just look at my finger and I'll go, yes, be gone, negative thoughts. Or on your non-dominant hand, you're looking at it and going, please help me, because I really have issues with the negative thoughts. So every time I'm going to look at you at the stone, I'm going to remember that negative thoughts do not have to control my mind. This is your positive hand. Your dominant hand is in the affirmative, and your non-dominant hand is affirming the negative, kind of. It's like you are affirming that that no longer is an issue for you. Does that make sense? And on your dominant hand, you are affirming that you're doing the thing. So I hope that makes sense. This is hematite, and you need to get some. It is really easy to get some. These are ones that I have here on the altar for stones that are going out in, stone kits and things. So I have lots of these in bowls waiting to go out to people who were buying stone kits from me. So maybe you will be one. That is what we have for today. Okay? Hematite removes scattered energy. That is really important. I'm like holding my head going, because the thing about remaining focused on you and your illimitability, come on, I hadn't said it in a minute. I had to say it. Your illimitability is your ability to be able to remain contained and bright. So I have this thought that I've been working on, and I don't know if I've perfected it just yet. Here, I'm going to give you what I've got this at this moment, what it's evolved to. You are given a light. Your light is your light, right? And we don't want to scatter that energy of that light. It's have you ever, had a really small, flashlight and had to tried to shine it in the dark, like camping? Okay, you can tell that this is an experience that I've had, right? So under normal circumstances in small areas, this light is perfect. It gets exactly what you need. Outside, the light is going, so it doesn't show you anything. Like, you can't see anything. It doesn't really show you. It keeps like a bubble of light around your body, but you're not going to be able to see what's really in front of you. You need a brighter light, right? So we can't disperse our light, our energy. We need to contain it in order for it to be bright. Now, there are two ways to contain it. You can keep it to yourself. You can not show it to anyone. You can decide that no one really is going to understand you. You can decide to put a cave around your light and let it exist only within that cave. And really, the only one who knows it's there is you. Your light is protected. No one can get to it. No one can see it. So it's not technically doing its job, right? Or you can take your light and surround it in glass, and it becomes a light bulb, right? And at that point, it's radiating light. It's protected. You can't get to it. However, it's radiating brightly so that all can see. And it is touching people in all the different ways that it can. And people are experiencing you in a way that makes them feel better about themselves. So, yes, protect your light. And also, let it shine. Something I've been working on. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here with me. I am so grateful for you. Tomorrow is day 8. I'm very excited. So today, I want you to remember something. I want you to remember that you are illimitable. So go out and create a life that rocks. See you later.